हेलो एवरीवन। सो हमारे बॉडी में 5 इंपॉर्टेंट सेंसरी ऑर्गन्स हैं: आईज, ईयर्स, नोज, स्किन एंड टंग। सो बेसिकली इन दिस वीडियो we'll be talking about skin. So let's start. Integumentary system is composed of skin, hair, sweat glands, nails and sensory receptor. मतलब skin, hair, sweat glands, nails and sensory receptor, इन सबको हम लोग togetherly integumentary system ऐसा बोलते हैं. Okay. Dermatology is the medical specialty that deals with the structure, function and disorders of the integumentary system. So dermatology is basically the branch of medical science which is concerned with this integumentary system. Skin is also known as cutaneous membrane and is known as the largest organ of the body in weight. Skin को cutaneous membrane भी बोलते हैं and it is one of the largest organs of the body as per weight. Skin consists of two main parts. इसको दो main parts में basically divide किया गया है. The epidermis and the dermis. Epidermis is avascular, that is, it does not have any kind of blood vessel supply and is made up of epithelial tissue, whereas the dermis is vascular, which is made up of connective tissue. Epidermis avascular and epithelial tissue से बना हुआ है and dermis is vascular and made up of connective tissue. Deep after the epidermis lies the subcutaneous layer, also known as hypodermis. This layer is made up of areolar and adipose tissue. The subcutaneous layer consists of large blood vessel and acts as a storage of fats. तो डर्मिस के बाद एकदम डीप देर इज अ लेयर विच इज कॉल्ड एज सबक्यूटेनियस लेयर. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज hypodermis. This layer is made up of areolar and adipose tissue and it acts as a storage of fats and it also consists large blood vessels. So now हम लोग epidermis and dermis को डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. Epidermis is composed of keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. In most regions of the body, the epidermis has 4 strata or layers. मतलब एपिडर्मिस को भी 4 लेयर्स में बेसिकली डिवाइड किया गया है. ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द बॉडी के एपिडर्मिस में 4 लेयर्स प्रेजेंट है, पर कुछ कुछ एक्सेप्शंस भी है. सो फर्स्ट वील स्टडी द मेजर 4 layers, then we'll go to the exception. So the major 4 layers are stratum basal, stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum and stratum corneum. ये 4 layers एपिडर्मिस के हैं. अभी एक्सेप्शन क्या है? Where exposure to friction is greatest, such as in the fingertips, the palms and the soles, the epidermis have 5 layers. मतलब जहाँ पे friction great है, वहां पे like fingertips, palms and soles, due to continued movement of that particular skin or that organ, there is great amount of friction. So इसीलिए इस एपिडर्मिस के 5 लेयर होते हैं. That is stratum basal, stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum, stratum lucidum and a thick stratum corneum. This is called as thick skin. मतलब apart from all the body, fingertips, palms and soles, इसके ही इन तीनों के एपिडर्मिस में 5 लेयर्स है. स्ट्रेटम बेसल, स्ट्रेटम स्पाइनोजम, स्ट्रेटम ग्रैन्युलोजम, स्ट्रेटम ल्यूसिडम एंड स्ट्रेटम कॉर्नियम. बाकी के बॉडी में सिर्फ 4 लेयर्स ऑफ एपिडर्मिस है: स्ट्रेटम बेसल, स्ट्रेटम स्पाइनोजम, स्ट्रेटम ग्रैन्युलोजम एंड स्ट्रेटम कॉर्नियम. This is stratum corneum वाला layer. This is stratum lucidum, which is particularly present in the layers where friction is great. Then this is stratum granulosum. This is stratum spinosum. This is stratum basal. मेलेनोसाइट, डर्मिस के बारे में हम लोग आगे पढ़ने वाले हैं. मेलेनोसाइट के बारे में हम आगे पढ़ेंगे. Okay. Now stratum basal. Stratum basal is the deepest layer of skin made up of columnar or cuboidal keratinocyte cells. Most of them are stem cells. Stem cells मतलब इसमें ability है कि they can grow further, they can produce new cells. The stratum basal is also known as the stratum germinativum to indicate its role in forming new cells. Just as said above, they act as stem cells, they are stem cells. So the layer is also known as stratum germinativum because it has the ability to produce new cells. Then stratum spinosum. Above the stratum basal is stratum spinosum. This stratum mainly consists of numerous keratinocytes arranged in 8 to 10 layers. After stratum basal there is a layer called stratum spinosum and इसमें बहुत सारे keratinocytes है arranged in 8 to 10 layers. Then comes stratum granulosum. It lies at about middle of the epidermis. It consists of 3 to 5 layers of flattened keratinocytes and it undergoes apoptosis. ये जो स्ट्रैटम ग्रेन्युलोजम है वो ऑलमोस्ट एपिडर्मिस के एक बीच वाला लेयर बन जाता है एंड इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ 3 to 5 layers of flattened keratinocytes and it undergoes apoptosis. Apoptosis meaning programmed cell death. Then talking about stratum lucidum. Stratum lucidum is present only in the thick skin of areas such as the fingertips, palms and soles. One important point, what is the fingerprint? So let's understand. Upward projection of the dermal layer, the dermal papillae, anchor this securely to the more superficial epidermis and allow passage and exchange of nutrients and wastes to the lower part of epidermis. Dermal papillae helps to secure the epidermis and it allows passage, that is passage of nutrients and waste to the lower part of epidermis. In areas where the skin is subject to great wear and tear, example the palms and fingers of the hands and soles of the feet, the epidermis is thicker and hairs are absent. ऐसे पार्ट जहां पे ग्रेट वेयर एंड टेयर है, जहां पे फ्रिक्शन ज्यादा है, एग्जाम्पल पाम्स एंड फिंगर्स ऑफ हैंड्स एंड सोल्स ऑफ द फीट, हमारा जो एपिडर्मिस है वो थिक है. Why it is thick? Due to the presence of stratum lucidum. We have 5 layers where friction is more, like palms and fingers of hands and soles of feet. The epidermis consists of 5 layers, so it is thicker and also the hairs are absent. In these areas, the dermal papillae are arranged in parallel, giving the skin surface a rigid appearance. ऐसे एरियाज में जो डर्मल पैपिले है वो पैरेलली अरेंज्ड है and due to which it gives a rigid appearance. The pattern of ridges on the fingertips is unique to every individual and the impression made by them is the fingerprint. ये डर्मल पैपिले जो पैरेलल अरेंजमेंट बना के एक रिजिड अरेंजमेंट अपीयरेंस शो करते हैं उसी को हम लोग फिंगरप्रिंट बोलते हैं एंड दिस इज यूनिक फॉर एवरी इंडिविजुअल. Now talking about the dermis. The dermis is tough and elastic in appearance. It is formed from connective tissue and the matrix contains collagen fibers interlaced with elastic fibers. Collagen fibers bind water and give the skin its tensile strength. But as this ability declines with age, wrinkles develop. ये जो कोलेजन फाइबर्स है वो हेल्प करते हैं स्किन को उसकी टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ मेंटेन करने के लिए एंड इट ऑल्सो हेल्प्स टू बाइंड वाटर, दैट इज इट हेल्प्स टू रिटेन मॉइस्चर. बट एज दिस एबिलिटी डिक्लाइंस, कोलेजन फाइबर की विथ एज एबिलिटी डिक्लाइन हो रही है एंड ड्यू टू दिस रिंकल्स डेवलप ऑन द स्किन. सो बेसिकली रिंकल्स आर डेवलप्ड ड्यू टू डिक्लाइनिंग एबिलिटी ऑफ कोलेजन फाइबर्स. Underlying its deepest layer is the subcutaneous layer containing areolar tissue and varying amounts of adipose or fat tissue. The structures in the dermis are blood and lymph vessels, sensory nerve endings, sweat glands and their ducts, hairs, erector pili muscles and sebaceous glands. We'll be studying about each in detail. So this is basically the dermis. Sensory receptors in the skin. What receptors are present in the dermis which helps and what kind of sensation they are identifying? So Meissner's corpuscle helps to identify light pressure. Pacinian corpuscle helps to identify deep pressure and free nerve ending helps to identify pain. So these are the sensory receptors which are present in the skin. Sweat glands. These are widely distributed throughout the skin and are most numerous in the palms of the hands, soles of the feet, axillae and groins. They are formed from epithelial cells. हमारे जो sweat glands हैं वो epithelial cells से बने हैं. Bodies of the glands lie coiled in the subcutaneous tissue. See this coil. This is sweat gland. So the body is lying coiled in the subcutaneous tissue. This is sweat gland. So basically there are two types of sweat glands, eccrine sweat glands and apocrine sweat glands. Now what is the difference between them? So eccrine sweat glands are more common type and open onto the skin surface through tiny pores. With the help of tiny pores, they open on the skin surface and they are more common compared to the apocrine. So apocrine glands open into the hair follicles and become active at puberty. हमारे जो एपोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स है वो हेयर फॉलिकल्स में ओपन कर रहे हैं. एक्राइन डायरेक्ट स्किन सरफेस पे ओपन कर रहे हैं और एपोक्राइन हेयर फॉलिकल्स में ओपन कर रहे हैं. Apocrine also have a speciality that they become more active during puberty. A specialized example of apocrine glands is ceruminous glands of the outer ear, the gland which secretes earwax. Hairs. These grow from hair follicles. Downgrowths of epidermal cells into the dermis or subcutaneous tissue. At the base of the follicle is a cluster of cell called the hair papilla or bulb. This is the hair bulb. This is the hair. So at the base, it is hair papilla or bulb. The part of the hair above the skin is the shaft and the remainder is the root. So the part of the hair which comes above the skin is called as shaft and which remains below the skin is called as root. Hair color is genetically determined and depends on the amount and type of melanin present. Melanin is basically a pigment which is present in the skin. It gives a characteristic color to every individual skin. White hair is the result of replacement of melanin by tiny air bubbles. So basically, if a person has white hair, then that is due to the replacement of melanin pigment by tiny air bubbles. Now, erector pili. What is erector pili? These are little bundles of smooth muscle fibers attached to the hair follicles. Contraction makes the hair stand erect and raises the skin around the hair, causing goozy flesh. What we call goosebumps, it is due to this erector pili. This erector pili are smooth muscle fibers and they are attached to the hair follicles. So contraction of this erector pili makes the hair stand straight, stand erect. That is what we call as goosebumps. I'll show you erector pili. This is the erector pili muscle. So this when attached to the hair follicle hair, so when this muscle contracts, the hair stands erect. These muscles are stimulated by sympathetic nerve fibers in response to fear and cold. Sebaceous glands. These consist of secretory epithelial cells derived from the same tissue as the hair follicles. They secrete an oily antimicrobial substance, sebum, into the hair follicles and are present in the skin of all parts of the body except the palms of hands and on the soles of feet. So basically, sebaceous gland consists secretory epithelial cells and they secrete an antimicrobial substance which is called as sebum into the hair follicles. ये सारे skin में present होती है and all the parts of the body also except palms of the hands and soles of the feet. They are most numerous in the scalp, face, axillae and groins. Scalp, face, axillae and groins में ये major number में present है. On the skin, it provides some waterproofing and acts as a bactericidal and fungicidal agent preventing infection. So on the skin, it provides functions like it acts as waterproofing, bactericidal जैसे काम करता है, even as a fungicidal agent, and also it prevents infections. The activity of these glands increases at puberty. Now nails. Derived from the same cells as epidermis and hair, these are hard, horny keratin plates that protect the tips of the fingers and toes. The root of the nail is embedded in the skin and covered by the cuticle. This is cuticle. So the root is embedded. This nail root is embedded in the skin and is covered by cuticle, which forms the hemispherical pale area called lunula. This hemispherical pale area is called lunula. The nail plate is the exposed part that has grown out from the nail bed. This nail plate is the exposed part that has grown out from the nail bed. So this is cuticle, this is nail root, this is lunula, and this is nail plate. Now skin color. Skin color of every individual is different. Why so? Because of melanin. Melanin is a dark pigment produced by melanocytes. The amount is genetically determined and varies between different parts of the body, between people of the same ethnic origin, and between ethnic groups. So basically, this melanin, its amount is genetically determined. That is, it depends on the genetic makeup of every individual and varies between different parts of the body. इसका जो amount produce हो रहा है वो every individual body part में कितना produce हो रहा है वो vary करेगा, differ करेगा. Between people of the same ethnic origin and between ethnic groups also it differs. A particular crowd belonging to the same ethnic origin may also have different skin color because the amount of melanin produced is different in every individual. It protects the skin from the harmful effects of UV rays in sunlight. Melanin UV rays from sunlight जो rays आ रहे हैं उसके harmful effects से अगर हमको कोई protect कर रहा है, हमारे skin को कोई protect कर रहा है, so that is melanin. Exposure to sunlight promotes synthesis of melanin. The more you are being exposed to sunlight, the more is the synthesis of melanin. Normal saturation of hemoglobin and the amount of blood circulating in the dermis give white skin its pink color. अगर hemoglobin saturate हो गया है and the amount of blood circulating in the dermis also gives, if someone has a pure white skin color, then the skin becomes pink. When oxygen saturation is very low, the skin may appear bluish, cyanosis. If the skin is appearing bluish, then this condition is called as cyanosis. And this occurs when the oxygen saturation is very low. That is, proper amount of oxygen is not being provided to each and every organ of the body. Excessive level of bile pigments in bloods and carotenes in subcutaneous fat give the skin a yellowish color. अगर ज्यादा बाइल पिगमेंट्स प्रेजेंट है ब्लड में या फिर कैरोटीन्स प्रेजेंट है सबक्यूटेनियस फैट में तो वो भी स्किन को येलोइश कलर देगा. सो देयर आर वेरियस फैक्टर्स विच डिसाइड योर स्किन कलर. Now coming to the last slide, functions of the skin. So skin plays a variety of functions. First is protection. It protects the internal organs of our body from infection, from any kind of injury. Regulation of body temperature. It regulates our body temperature via various mechanisms. One of it can be sweating, formation of vitamin D. It helps in formation of vitamin D. Cutaneous sensation. Our skin allows us to get to know what exactly sensation is. Different types of sensations are able to identify due to the skin. Absorption. It helps us to absorb. Excretion. Skin is one of the major organ for excretion and wound healing. So this was all about skin. Thank you.